In the middle of a crisis situation, many local police departments call on victim advocates to help. It's a volunteer job and more people are needed.
Crimes against persons, so it could be a domestic violence call, a sex assault call, a robbery. We give them the skills and the tools, but what we can't teach a lot of times is just that desire, that compassion, and the desire to help people in your community.
So Castle Rock Police needs people over 18 with reliable transportation who can volunteer 4 shifts a month. If you are interested, the next free training academy is in September. But if you don't live near Castle Rock and you think you might want to do this, contact your local police or sheriff's office. Migrant families torn apart after crossing into the U.S. illegally. The cries of public outrage matching the cries of these children pulled from their mothers' arms at the border. Could it change the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy? Plus, more debate over the future of full-strength beer and alcohol in Denver parks. Welcome back. Bipartisan outrage continues to grow as new images and sounds emerge of the young children separated from their undocumented immigrant parents. The Trump administration facing mounting pressure as it defends its zero-tolerance policy. ABC's Gio Benitez has the latest from outside a Customs and Border Protection facility in Texas.
The backlash on this continues, no end in sight just yet. So far, more than 2,000 children have been separated from their families. Now, we're here in Tornillo, Texas. This is actually a port of entry, and just beyond this entrance, there's actually a tent city. That's where some of these migrant families are being brought to after they cross the border anywhere in this area. They're brought to that tent city, and sometimes that's where they are separated from their children. Now, take a look at this video because we have new video coming in from McAllen, Texas. This is the largest immigration processing facility in the country. And in that video, you can see more than 1,000 people, including young children, crammed in what look to be cages. We're also now hearing the voices of some of these kids. ProPublica obtained the recording and says it's of children separated from their parents. Let's listen.
Bueno, aquí tenemos una orquesta.
It's such difficult audio to listen to, no doubt about it. And one of those girls actually begs a border agent to call her aunt to pick her up so that she doesn't have to stay there. No doubt about it, protests are now being scheduled all across the border, and we will be right there. Gio Benitez, ABC News, Tornillo, Texas.
Governor Hickenlooper is taking steps to undermine the White House's zero-tolerance policy as lawmakers work on a fix. Yesterday, he signed an executive order that aims to prevent state agencies from helping separate children from their parents entering the country illegally. Colorado Congresswoman Diana DeGette plans to visit the border to see how families are treated firsthand. She'll make that trip Friday along with other female colleagues who are against the zero-tolerance policy. She hopes seeing what she calls a heartless, shameful policy in action will help her call attention to it back in D.C. Congresswoman DeGette is also supporting legislation that would reverse the policy. Well, the flooding in the upper Midwest has left at least one man dead after being washed away in his car. But in Illinois, another man is lucky to be alive. A group of people rescued him from his car.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Wow, Brianna Pickett posted this video on Facebook of her dad and several other people working to free a man trapped inside a car. They get him out just in time, just as the front end of the car goes under the rising water. Wow. Shows you the power. We always talk about turn around, don't drown.
Exactly.
And that's why.
It's been rough there. We've had a couple of rough days ourselves here. And today is going to be another one of those days that this afternoon, I think you might want the Denver 7 app. It's a really good resource. It's free. If anything should pop up, we're going to push out some alerts that you know what to expect. Yeah. A lot of people heard it firsthand when that hail came down. We've got right now a pretty quiet start to the afternoon, but it is a first alert action day. We're in the low 70s by about 12 o'clock. Right now already at 71. We'll stay in the low to mid 70s through early afternoon, and then storms will get going. It looks like timing wise right around 3 to about 4 o'clock, and that's going to continue through the evening. Even until about 9, 10 o'clock, we're going to see some active weather and temperatures well below normal. We're typically low to mid 80s. We'll be a good 10 to 12 degrees below that today. It gets cooler overnight, too, as those storms roll through. Now, here's your first alert headlines. Likely some of the strongest storms are going to be east of I-25. Pretty dry again in the mountains today. You head up into the high country. It's blue skies, at least as you get closer to the divide and west of it. Biggest threat again today will be some larger hail here in town and out east. Now, at this point, satellite and radar are a little active as you get north of Boulder, up and through parts of northwestern Boulder County. They're near Ward and Allens Park. We've got a few scattered storms and showers right now. Nothing strong quite yet, but a few of these could turn a bit stronger up and through the foothills and then roll east. Risk for severe weather today. Those areas there up and through Boulder and Larimer counties and even Jefferson County will be under a marginal risk of severe weather. Stronger storms possible from Denver north to Fort Collins and then also east. As you look here at the severe weather risk map, likely there along the Palmer Divide, that's going to be an area slightly elevated from Castle Rock to Kiowa, east to Deer Trail and up and through Lyman, where we could get some even stronger storms by late afternoon and evening. Here's Futurecast. Right around 2 o'clock, it's a little more active. I think we also need to look up near Fort Collins for some stronger weather. Here in Denver, we'll see a few thunderstorms through the afternoon by about 4 to 5 o'clock. Again, up and through parts of Larimer and Weld counties, also south and east of town near Lyman, some stronger weather. With a few of these storm cells, we could get some heavy rain, so there are some flash flood concerns, especially out east near Burlington. 10:30 tonight, still could see a bit of a light show this evening into early tomorrow morning, and then those storms will start to clear out. We'll be in the 50s early tomorrow morning. We are expecting a few thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, but our risk for severe weather tomorrow, it's going to be a lot lower. That risk likely east of Colorado. It gets also a little bit warmer too with the drier weather, 76 on Wednesday. Look at the end of the week. Now, summer officially starts early Thursday morning. We'll be in the low 80s, and then it looks like by Friday, even warmer, mid to upper 80s. Pretty hot again with a few more storms this weekend. Now, why is Mitch in studio and not sitting
on
in
the
his
desk?
seat? Yeah.
I don't know. Come over here. Why don't you?
I was working on a hero. I just got back.
Yeah, did it go well?
It went well. You'll start seeing it Sunday.
Good. Hey,
Yep.
We're excited.
Okay.
Live tease right there.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. Well, today we'll find out what the future of alcohol in our Denver parks will look like. Denver Parks and Rec has been working through the changes for months, and today they'll reveal their findings to all of us. The proposed changes would do away with the 3-2 beer rule as our state shifts to full-strength beer in grocery and convenience stores. It would also open the door for liquor sales at park events rather than just beer and wine. Denver Parks and Rec sets its own rules, so it does not need the approval of the Denver City Council. Combining Colorado history with a new amusement park, the debate over the Stanley Mine Adventure Park proposal and how it would keep the mining history as a big part of new development. But first, Journey Weathers is here to talk about her American Idol experience and what's next for her budding career. And she is gonna sing for us. You don't want to miss this. Well, that was one of the first times a lot of us got the chance to hear Colorado's Journey Weathers sing, but it will not be the last. She is headed on tour with American Idol, including a stop here in Denver next month. But when we heard she was back in town, we had to bring her into the Denver 7 studio. So first of all, thank you for joining us.
Thanks
We're all
for having
so
me.
excited to have you here.
Oh, it's so cool being here. You're all famous to me.
You're a much bigger deal. So first of all, what's it like seeing yourself perform still in those clips?
It's weird because, I mean, there's how you felt when you were doing it, and then there's what you look like watching it, and they're usually totally different. And especially when you got feedback on it every week and you thought you did something so perfect, and then you look at it and you're like, oh no, I didn't like that. But of course, everyone's so supportive of it, and it just builds your confidence. I mean, even when you think you had a bad day, there are thousands and thousands, and in American Idol's case, millions of people ready to support you and tell you did great. So it was cool.
And we're always our own worst critics, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially me. I'm an overthinker.
So what was your favorite performance on the show?
Oh gosh, Never Enough was amazing because my wife got to be there, and I cried before, after that whole thing. But I think Moana was probably the most fun for me. I got to just relax and pull out my inner Disney that high school's prepared my whole life for me to put out there.
Did you get nervous every time you were on stage?
Oh yeah, I mean, before getting on stage, I was obviously way more nervous, and I was just freaking out, and I didn't know who was going to be out there, if I was going to mess up. But once I get on stage, it's kind of my home base, and I start to relax, and I grab the mic, and I find my feet.
You just kind of get into your groove.
Yep.
All right, you're going to be performing in July here in Denver.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, and what's it going to be like performing in front of your hometown fans?
Yeah, we'll be performing at the Paramount on the 16th of July, and it's going to be super cool. I mean, it's always great to come back home and see the people that you've known were supporting you the whole time, get to really see that their support has meant something, and it's come to this big stage and this big thing, and it's kind of a show for both of us, not just for me, but I mean for my friends and family that have stuck with me the whole time. So it's going to be surreal, and I get to show Maddie, Poppy, and Katie, and all my friends there what it's like to come from Denver, so it'll be cool.
Okay, so I read something that you actually were not an American Idol fan. That you're,
No.
Is that true?
It is. I mean, I probably would have been if it wasn't my mom's favorite show, but when it's your mom's favorite show and she watches it every day and is always trying to drag you in the living room, you're eventually like, ugh, I don't want to watch Idol today. But I mean, I eventually ended up wanting to do it, and I had to watch older episodes to learn about it, and I get why she loved it so much now. I'd probably watch later on.
See, moms know best.
They
right?
do.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us. We want to go to the break, leaving you guys with Journey singing live for us here on TV. So take it away.
All right. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. And I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, the road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go.